Welcome to 10.4 through 6 review. This is the most missed questions from 10.4 through 10.6. So to start with 10.4 common logarithms, we're going to do number 2 on part C and number 2 in the applications. So number 2 in part C, we can use logarithms to solve exponential equations. So here we have 5 to the 3y equals 8 to the y minus 1. If we take the log of both sides, and then we use the power rule, we can actually pull the 3y and the y minus 1 in front of the logs. So common logs help us get the exponent out of the equation. And we're going to now divide by log 5. Log 8 divided by log 5 is just a number, it's a decimal. So what that is 1.292. So now if we distribute and we solve for y, so we subtract 1.292y over, we get 1.708y, and now we can divide by 1.708 to get that y is about 0.756. So we just had to remember here that log of a number is just a decimal. We have to type that in our calculators. Alright, application number 2, the amount of energy E is that an earthquake releases is related to its Richter scale magnitude m by the equation log of E equals 11.8 plus 1.5 times m. So it gives us on our first part, m is 8.5. So we substitute that in and combine like terms. We get log E equals 24.55. And this is where most people just put that as the answer. That's not what E is. That is what log of E is. We have to get rid of log. In a common log, the base is 10, so we can write this in exponential form. It's just 10 to the 24.55. That could be our answer, or we could write it in scientific notation, which is 3.5 times 10 to the 24th. Same thing with the second one. This time it's 5.8. Plug it in. Combine like terms. 10 to the 20.5 is our solution, which is also 3.16 times 10 to the 20th. Okay, so that is 10.4. Let's look at 10.5. This is natural logarithms. So we're going to do number 1 from part C and number 2 from the application. So number 1 in part C, we're going to solve 5 times e to the negative x minus 7 equals 2. First thing we need to get our e by itself, so we're going to add 7 to both sides to get 9. Then divide by 5 to get 9/5. To get rid of an e, we have to take the natural log of both sides. The natural log of e to the negative x will become just negative x. And here on the right we got natural log of 9/5. So negative x equals the natural log of 9/5. So we can type that into our calculator, and remember to change the sign because it's negative x, it becomes positive x. And when you type in natural log of 9/5, you get 0.588. Because it was negative x, it's now negative 0.588. Okay, so that's number 1, part C. So let's look at application number 2. The altimeter of an airplane gives the altitude in, or h, height, in feet of a plane above sea level by measuring the outside air pressure P. The height and air pressure is related by the model. P equals 101.3 e to the negative h over 26,200. So the first one asks you to find a formula for h. In other words, solve for h. So we got to get e by itself, so we divide by 101.3. So we got p over 101.3 equals e to the negative h over 26,200. Take the natural log of both sides, that gets rid of the e. So we got natural log of p over 101.3 equals negative h over 26,200. Solve for h, we just multiply by negative 26,200. So h equals negative 26,200, natural log of p over 101.3. The second part just asks you to plug in 57 for p. So we do that, type it straight into our calculator, and we get 15,065.92 feet. Okay, that is 10.5. So let's move to the last part, 10.6 applications. I'm going to go through number 2. So number 2, exponential decay, gives us the formula y equals a e to the negative kt. If there are 50 grams of iodine, that's our a. Our formula for k, it gives us, is 0.0856. And it asks for 7 days, so we substitute 7 in for t. Well, we have everything on the right side of the equation, so we just type that straight into our calculator and we should get 27.46 grams. To find the half-life of this substance, half of it will be gone. So if it started at 50, halfway is 25, so that's what our y is. This time we have a t because we don't know how long it's going to take. We need to find out how long it's going to take. Divide by 50 and we get 0.5. Whole point is that it's half-life, it's supposed to give you 1/2. Take the natural log of both sides, gets rid of our e, so we have negative 0.0856t equals the natural log of 0.5. And then we divide by negative 0.0856 and we get about 8.10 days. Right, so that is 10.6, and that wraps up the most missed questions from 10.4 through 10.6. I hope this helped.